What's up, guys? This is Eddy from Cost Gamer, and I just wanted to give a little car review. DJI just announced today the DJI Mavic drone camera for aerial photography, and it looks pretty amazing. I mean, I'm a 3D DJI drone user, and one of the things that I mostly have suffered from is being able to take my drone with me. For example, I travel a lot. I go to New York, I go to California, I go to San Diego, I go to Miami, Puerto Rico, Orlando. I travel a lot. And one of the main issues that I have is I love my drone. It takes amazing pictures. The quality is amazing, but I need to fit in this ginormous backpack that, which is a very large size, and that's just by itself. That's just the drone, 2 battery packs, the charger, and that's pretty much it. It makes it really hard to take with me, for example, to the airport, because the airport will be considered either an extra carry-on if you're already carrying a backpack, another backpack, or a laptop baggage. So portability is one of the main issues that I have right now with my drone. I love my drone. It takes awesome pictures. I do great aerial photography. It helps me do real estate photography and all this other stuff that I do on the side. But portability is a big issue. So I see that DJI came out with an excellent solution where the drone now fits pretty much the size of a shoebox. The wings are collapsible, and not only the wings, but also the propellers are collapsible. That's a very interesting take what they did, and I also love all the other add-on features that they added. They have the crash avoiding technology with the cameras throughout the drone. So when you're using one of the other features that they have, like for example the follow me or the track me or the sports mode, where it's like following you but from further away, and you're running, hiking, riding a bicycle through whatever, it will actually fly from a distance in order to avoid those obstacles. So that's really cool too. I'm very impressed by what they've been able to cram into this really small drone, and I love it, and the price is not bad. They're selling up the price for, I believe it was $750 just for the drone. However, that doesn't come with a controller. You will need to use your cell phone's Wi-Fi or iPad, I guess, for the signal, which that is a little bit misleading, because people think, oh, I can buy it without the controller, and it's cheaper, and I save myself $200. Yes, you can save yourself $200, but you're not going to be able to go to the distance that it promises. Like if you would have had the controller, for example, you can only go Wi-Fi distance, and how far is that? 10 feet. I'm kidding, probably not as low as 10 feet, but you're not going to be able to go not even 80% of the distance that you can if you actually have the controller. So if you're going to buy this drone, you will want the controller, because this thing can go as far as 4.3 miles distance from yourself, and that's really far. Many times with my DJI, I love to fly all the way to the sky in safe zone areas, of course, and I love whoever is around me. They're impressed because they're like, oh my god, where is it, where did it go? You can't find it. So you will need to get a controller with that. And what other features does it have? Let's see, we talked about distance, remote control, crash avoidance technology. It's super compact, and it came with a bubble that protects the camera. I'll be very cautious about that. Knowing a thing or two about photography, you might get reflections. And the other thing that I noticed about the DJI Mavic is that it doesn't have feet to land. Basically, you're stuck, putting the drone flat on whatever surface you're gonna fly from and when you're gonna land on. So that means whenever you land, you have to be very careful that you don't land on, you know, some sharp rocks or whatever. So, you know, amazing drone. If I didn't have my DJI Phantom 3 that I bought like a year ago, I would definitely go for this. In fact, I might still do. However, last week, as you all know, GoPro released the GoPro Karma and completely astounded everybody. The cool thing about the GoPro Karma is that it's a drone, it's a handheld gimbal for the camera you can take out from the drone, use it on your handheld gimbal, and you can also as well take it out from the gimbal and be able to use it underwater if you wanted to. And it's the same camera, so it's not like three different products. It's using the same product for three different types of photography or videography. And that's really cool. And GoPro was also able to kind of reduce the size of their drone to make it collapsible, that fits in their specialized backpack, which is pretty compact. Not as compact as the DJI Mavic though. The Mavic is even smaller than that. However, this one comes with three solutions. It comes with air, land, and water. What do I mean by that? Well, the Karma, you're able to fly. It doesn't have all the features that the Mavic does. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But if you just want, you know, to take pictures from above, if you don't mind about the crash avoidance or the follow me, I think it has the follow me. But you know, if there's a tree on the way, guess what? It's gonna crash into it. So you have to be very careful whenever you're using your GoPro Karma. But if you just want for casual flying, I mean, a real photographer should be able to pull the same type of image quality that on a DJI. You know, if you're just gonna fly up, take aerial photography, it should be good enough. However, I believe I saw that there's a limitation on the distance on the GoPro 5. I believe you cannot go as far as 4.3 miles like the DJI Mavic. The GoPro, I believe it can only go as far as 1 mile, I think is what I've read online. But you know, don't take my word for it. You know, let's wait until the reviewers come out and start testing these things, and you know, we get the official word from GoPro. But the cool thing about GoPro is that it's a travel companion everything solution. So it's not just air, it's also on land. Like right now I could be recording video with my hand sticking out of the window doing this type of motion, and you will get nice, smooth, silky video. And that's impressive to me, you know, because how many times, you know, you're doing something that you really wanted to have smooth, silky motion recording, you know. So that's very important. The other cool thing is that the GoPro by itself, if you get the latest GoPro, the GoPro Black or the GoPro Session, you're able to go underwater up to, I believe it's 10 meters, which is like 33 feet. So that's also really cool, you know, because you never know when you're gonna go to the beach and you wanted to record some, you know, snorkeling on the water, you know, that kind of stuff, or go to your pool and, you know, act silly or do some underwater photography, you know. So that's really cool. So GoPro first, and guys, by the way, I see a lot of people saying, oh, but the GoPro has the fish islands. Well, guess what? GoPro also has the flat still image look, you know, which, you know, looks standard throughout. You can change that in the settings. You're not limited to just the fisheye look. You can get top-notch 4K or 1080p 60 frames per second quality video on the GoPro. For aerial photography, for the other one, for the DJI, I forgot to mention, you can go all the way up to 4K 30 frames per second, but on 1080p the DJI Mavic can go all the way to 96 frames per second, which is really cool if you were very interested in doing some slow-mo. When you My experience is whenever you're doing many aerial photography shots, the standard quality that it comes with is pretty good. I never really have to go more than 60 frames per second, but having that extra 60 to 96, I'm pretty sure people are not going to complain. That should help you give more better slow-mo than 60 frames. But I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to tell the difference, but it's nice to have. So in conclusion, man, I'm really struck because by today's announcement. I was struck last week by GoPro's announcement because I was like, I have a DJI Phantom 3. Should I sell it? Should I sell it and upgrade to the GoPro? It won't go as far as the DJI, but man, it's a complete solution for everything, and it's more portable. And then today, GoPro releases the Mavic, and I'm like, oh man, these are some really hard decisions because they both cost around $1,000. And obviously, if you're in a budget and you're trying to get one of those two, you're gonna have to make a decision. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be asking themselves, what is the best decision for yourself? The one thing I will say, I won't tell you what to get, because obviously that's gonna be, at the end of the day, you have to wager both sides and see which one benefits you the most. But however, I will tell you one thing: don't pre-order. Don't pre-order and don't buy on day one. Why? Because there's a couple of things that I'm worried about. And one of those things is, for example, these cameras from the GoPro side, this is their first time flying with drones. All right. So we don't know the experiences that we're going to get from a lighter drone. The reason why DJI's drones are usually heavier, bigger, is for stability, because when you get a wind factor of 20-30 miles per hour winds, right, your drone will get taken away. It will carry on. And I've had many situations, like for example, this one time I went to Puerto Rico and I lifted up and a gust of wind came and it literally picked up my drone and threw it like over the air, and I had to like quickly balance it and wait for the drone to kind of like stabilize itself, because the DJI, the way how their drones work, when you fly from the ground, you need to wait like a couple of seconds, I would say like 30 seconds or so, for the drone to analyze the wind factor and stabilize to it. But that meantime, that it's doing that, is being dragged away because the wind factor is too much, and the computation takes a while for it to hit. So those are, and same thing for so that was for for GoPro. For GoPro, they're brand new to the game, so we need to see their flaws, we need to see their kinks, we need to see if their drones don't disconnect, if the drone doesn't turn off, all the issues that DJI had about 2-3 years ago. Remember, many people were losing their drones with DJI when they started. So if you don't want to lose your drone, wait for the reviews, wait for people to fly it, wait for people to test it, and don't you be the guinea pig. All right. So now for the DJIs, I will probably trust more on the air than GoPro. However, though, I'm still concerned because they made it so small that we need to really see how that's going to affect the wind factor. How the wind is going to hit that little drone, and be able to see if you can take it, because let me tell you, when you're flying something really, really small, the wind is a big factor. And yes, I saw a review by Engadget where they were testing the the what is it, the DJI Mavic, and they were testing it in a little park, and they were like, oh, well, it's kind of gusty today, you know, it's 25 miles per hour, but the drone was able to take it like a champ. I'm like, okay, well, 25 miles per hour is not too shabby, not too bad. But what happens when it hits 30, 35, 40 miles per hour? You know, will be able to support that? So that's my advice. That's my take on the GoPro Karma versus the DJI Mavic. I hope you guys find this interview interesting. If you do, please comment below. I know Cost Gamer is mostly based on comics and video games and cosplay, but you know, me being a photographer, and these two products are really exciting. You know, whichever you get, I'm really excited for, and can't wait to have one or the other in my hands and being out there recording and taking pictures and doing all sorts of stuff. So that's my take on both cameras. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And if you're gonna get one, which one will you get? Cost Gamer out.